Hello, analyzers, and welcome back to another episode of our show. If this is your first time joining in, we'd like to say a big welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you have been tuning in all these days or weekends, we'd like to say a very great thank you and for your support and for always coming to encourage us. Thank you very much. So today, obviously, we have myself, Talia. I'm your host for today. We also have my co-host, Kay. And then joining us today, we have a returning guest, Tunde Bella. You all will remember Tunde Bella from a previous show. Tunde is an MC. He is
also a healthcare practitioner.
And a medical recruitment. He does medical recruitment for, I think, international, isn't it, Tunde?
Yeah, I recruit overseas nurses.
Right, exactly. And then we also have a very beautiful guest joining us today, Rafia. Say hello to you.
Hi.
Rafia is an early years manager. I presume child is that linking with childcare, Rafia? Yeah, which is amazing. We all need childcare once in a while. So yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
So our topic today is
being friends with the opposite sex.
Yay or nay? So let's get down to this topic and analyze it, guys. All right. Okay, so let's just ask in a show of hands, who is yay for opposite sex relationship? A friendship rather. Okay, that's a come si come sa there. What do you think, Sunday? Is it a yay or a nay? A yay or a nay? It's a nay. What about you, Rafia?
I'll say a bit of both. Depends. To be honest, it depends. I'll probably say depends. Yeah.
So I think, I really thought about this deeply, and I think I am a nay as well. But as we go into the conversation, we'll definitely see why I think a nay. Okay. So let me ask you first, Tunde. Why do you say nay?
In my own opinion, I'll start with the Yoruba adage that says, okay, I am a Yoruba man, and I think it's when you are in a relationship with someone and you're committed, it's better to make them your all, if possible. Make them your best friend, make them your companion, your confidant, and all of that. Because infidelity sometimes is not planned. It creeps in on you without even knowing. You might have a friend of the opposite sex, and you spend time together, and you spend more time together, and without knowing, you get involved. So for you to avoid such situation, unless you are in an open relationship, then it's fine. You can keep a male friend. We're in a modern world where a lot of things are allowed and things are, as long as you're happy. But in my own opinion, if you're in a committed relationship, having a friend of the opposite sex, when you say friend, not just normal friend, someone you're close to, so like your bestie, you say, how can you as a man say your bestie is, how can you
a female
as a woman say your bestie is a man?
It's a man.
It's hard to keep the line defined, in my own opinion.
Right.
Can I just ask him something there?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you something? Does your opinion then change if your wife's bestie is gay, for instance? Does that change your stance on how can you say your bestie is a man? Does your stance change?
That's a very lovely question. I'll say to you, in my own opinion, your bestie should be the person you're in a relationship with, if you can. So
Okay.
if your bestie is not the person you're in a relationship with, then there might be something wrong with your relationship. In my own opinion. You
Okay.
should be your best friend. You know, me and my wife dated 8 years before we got married. We knew
Right.
ourselves, you know, and till now we're still gossip and gist and all of that, and we're like very good friends, you know.
Right.
So I don't know how I can comprehend having a bestie who is a female. You will get attracted somehow. You
No,
will
but
Yeah.
if that person isn't
whether gay, straight, pansexual, whatever sexual you want to
orientation,
I think you should try to avoid it if you can.
Avoid it.
Yeah.
I agree. Rafia, what's your take on it?
I think the reason why I said it's a bit of both, because it depends what the relationship is like for me. Because you have people that actually grew up with the same kind of people around them, or it might even be a family friend that you actually build that bond with from like when you guys are little, you guys been to nursery, like high school together.
Yeah.
So them kind of relationship is hard to be like, you know what, you've been literally my whole life. So, and I think stuff like this, it shouldn't even be like a discussion, like, because when you're married or you're in a relationship with someone, if that person that's your best mate, slowly they draw back anyway. I think that's just a natural thing.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like, oh yeah, it shouldn't be like that, because you're gonna have less time to actually spend with your best mate. So I think things like that just happen naturally. That's why I say it depends on what kind of relationship you guys had. If it's just like a high school thing, them kind of ones tend to be like, yeah. Mostly men get attracted to their female friends, to be fair. Mostly, like, I'll probably say 99% of men. But for ladies, we see it differently. I'm gonna say that, but ladies, we see it differently. And I think most girls as well actually prefer having a male friend. The reason being is we know ladies, we're very messy. As soon as it comes to one thing, we're literally open each other's jams to the what to see. Do you know what I mean? So I think mostly girls, they actually prefer to have like someone that can actually advise you and be like, you know, I got you. Because you know, guys, they're like, I just like there's something about them. And you know, we ladies, we're so quick to like, oh yeah, she's my best mate. I could just be like, yeah, Tyler, you're my best mate now. But guys, it takes them so long to actually be like, you're my friend. You have to be there for them. Like, you have to be there for them. So for me, I think it depends if the person has been part of your family and you grow up together, and people like that, they kind of like slowly they pull back a bit anyway. It's just natural. It's not even a conversation to say, you know what, I gotta spend time to my partner. Obviously, they know you're in a relationship, so they gotta take time to be like, I respect your space and just move back. So yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like initially I said I was a nay, but I think having listened to both of what you both have said, I totally agree with what Tunde said. I mean, there is so difficult, especially as a man. You're right when you say that men tend to fall in love with their female friends easier than a woman would. That's not saying a woman wouldn't. A woman totally would as well. But so I'm a bit now on the fence, because initially I was like, you know what, it's a nay for me. And that's because I am so aware of, you know, the possibilities of grooming a relationship and a attraction, you know, as a friend rather. But now I'm thinking, actually, because you've just raised that point that women are not so quick to, because for me as well, I don't care what's going on. I wouldn't, because I'm so invested in my relationship, I wouldn't even feel any kind of way. I mean, I have male friends, so when I say nay, I don't even know where I put myself in that. But because I have male friends, and you know, I don't have anything but brotherly love for them. But let me ask you this, though, Kay. I'm going to ask you, because you say yay to opposite sex relationship. Do you not think that you're leaving room for feelings that shouldn't be there between, so more than a platonic feeling to develop? Let me tell you why I asked this question. Because in a relationship, when you're in a bad place with your partner, you tend to lean towards your friendship, you know. And if that friend is a man and that friend is saying all the right things, as men do, they will say all the right things, you know. And I won't just put, okay, it can happen to a man as well, you know. If you're very good friends with a woman and you know you're in a bad space with your life partner, do you not think though that you're leaving room for more than a platonic relationship to develop?
Okay, so if I think about my own best friends who are guys, I've known them. One of them I've known since I was 11. The other one I've known since I was 17. So if anything would have happened at this point, okay, it would have happened. There's no, if anything would have happened, I know them both so well. We know each other so well. We've been friends for so long. We've slept overnight in the same bed. Obviously, it wouldn't happen now that I'm in a...
It was like, oh God.
Really?
Sure.
Please don't.
Yeah, we were 17. I would sleep over and things like that, and you know, nothing ever happened. Nothing ever. There was never any, oh, if I were single, I would totally date you. Things that can, you know, bring up. I don't know if he ever had any feelings for me, but it's not something that I'm aware of. I never had any feelings for him. We never worked towards any kind of relationship. So I feel like, okay, if it's a relationship that formed well before your, you know, your marriage or your relation, if it's a friendship that formed before your relationship or your marriage, I don't think that there's much of a threat there. However, no, I genuinely don't feel that way.
So let me say something real quick. So obviously for you said obviously you guys been in the same bed, nothing happened, and you guys never said to, oh, you know what, feeling it. That's, I think from there you know they're your best mate. If you have them ones that telling you, oh, then you should know instantly say, no, this is not my best friend. If they're having that kind of feeling towards you.
Well, I think that's very clear though. Like if someone's making advances, or like somebody is literally telling you, oh, if I were single, I would date you, or maybe in a different world we might be together or something like that. You know that person has some.
Don't get me wrong. Not everyone sees it like that. People are different. Not everyone.
No. I'm saying if somebody's clearly expressing those views to you, then surely they shouldn't be your best mate, especially not when you're in a relationship. You should be respectful enough to your new partner to not be friends with somebody who fancies you. Do you get what I mean?
People are naive. Like, I know it's 2020. People are so naive.
In that case, that's not a best mate, because for me, that's not somebody that I would continue to be friends with. He has to be completely platonic. He has to be somebody that I don't feel any shred of feelings for beyond what Talia has said, which would be brotherly, or like somebody who has my back, and somebody who, even if my relationship were rocky, if I went to them, they would be like, go fix it. Okay, so that kind of friend. But I would not.
You know what? That. Go ahead, finish up.
I definitely would not say that I would continue to share a bed or continue to go on dinner dates or, you know, things like that with them without my partner being involved. No.
You know what? I think it will
about
take
your
a
relationship.
special.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Go
ahead, Rafia. Go ahead.
Did you hear that? So how does your partner feel about obviously you having a best friend or a male as a best friend? How does he feel about that?
Well, as I think somebody said it earlier, I think it was you that said it earlier, that once you are in a committed relationship, things kind of fizzle out a little bit, because everybody's at this age, they're hustling, I'm hustling. The little time that we have to catch up and talk and do whatever, there's no time. Let's just say it that way. There's no time. But if I needed to discuss something, the first set of people that I would go to would be my best friends, my male best friends. I can call them up at 2:00 in the morning. Obviously not because I know they're not in relationships, but I can call them up at any time.
Okay.
Your face is.
I was gonna say, you know.
I was gonna say. Go on.
No, I was gonna say, how would his wife?
No, they're not in relationships. No.
Don't you think things would change if they eventually get into a relationship?
Absolutely, because I'll be respectful enough to not take away their one-on-one time.
You know what? I really want to hear what Tunde wants to say, because
he wants to say to me, his boy.
I think we should define what you mean by a bestie to start with, and then two, do you not think it is really, really, I don't know, dangerous might be too hard,
Yeah.
having a single man as your bestie? Come on.
We've been single since we've both been 11.
You've been friends.
Been friends
But
when we
you
were
know what?
both single.
Yeah.
We've
So,
been best.
But you
We've
know what?
been single and been in the same town together.
let's roll it back.
Okay.
So how would you find a bestie?
For me, honestly, my best friends are people that know every single thing about me. Not that I go to them that, oh, this man is being rude or whatever. No, they're people that I know that I can tell about my deepest fears. I can talk to about those things. My partner is also one of my best friends. Yes. But yeah. You can. I think that I personally think you can have more than one best friend.
That's not best.
Yeah, I
That's
think
not
so
best.
too.
That is not best. That
It's
would
not
be
the
a
best.
good friend, a close friend. When you say your best, good, better, best, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. That's
So,
the best
let's
above
roll
the
it back.
best. The best
Let's-
above the rest.
Let's be precise. I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to be careful. You're trying to be, some people call it maybe politically correct or being on the fence. See, if you have the best friend that is out of all your friends, that is the best one, right?
Okay,
So,
then I would definitely say, if you put it that way, and if you wanted me to say, okay, who is my, my absolute best friend, then yes, I would say it is my partner. However,
your answer is nay.
no, my answer is not nay. No, I don't think that. So are you saying, okay, so
To you,
how would you,
that your opinion has just changed, isn't it?
no.
That's what you just told us.
No,
I think.
well, the topic is
Friendships with the opposite
friendships
sex,
with the
yay or
opposite
nay?
sex. It doesn't necessarily say that one
Best
person has
friend.
to. It's just being, really, do you want to, should you continue to remain friends with somebody when you're in a relationship, or how should you tackle it? I obviously do understand the threats, or the, not threat really, but what could speak against it. And I think that as adults, that can happen anywhere, because I spend the majority of my time in the office right next to the person who sits next to me. So if people are going to cheat, the first set of people they're going to cheat with is their colleague at work. If people are going to have affairs, it is at work. It's definitely at work, because you spend majority of your time.
Yeah, but you might be working with somebody that you don't consider attractive, so you won't necessarily develop a relationship
in that
with them in
one
that sense.
team forever. You're not going to be in that one workplace forever. So the chances.
People have been to a workplace for 16, 17 years. So.
Yeah, of course you have. But think about the 4 people on this panel right now. How many jobs have you had, Rafiat? How many jobs have you had, Talia? How many jobs have you had, Tunde? How many jobs have I had? So really and truly, yeah, some people do stay 16, 17 years in a job, but how many people stay 16, 17 years in a job? How many people are keeping a job compared with people who are staying 3, 4 years? Can we compare
I think if you're this population or this generation these days, we don't tend to stay a long time at jobs because we're always seeking for the next thing, the next best thing. So we probably won't. I definitely won't be in a job for 16 years, and I haven't. The longest I've ever been in employment is 5 years, and that was 5 long years. So I guess my next question. This has been such an amazing, just this few minutes. I can definitely say that I'm going to go back to my original answer of nay, because I think as the conversation went on, I started to see more reasons why you're leaving yourself vulnerable to falling into the infidelity ring. And you know, and I just
Why though? I don't see it. Why? Do you? Is
okay,
it trust issues then? Because we've had this
no,
sort of
not
conversation.
necessarily. Because let me say something. So, for instance,
Sunday, do you
now
have trust issues? So I guess
I don't think it's
No,
trust
no,
issues. I think
I
I
think it's
think
just
there is no
human
way.
beings. You
There is
make
no way.
mistakes.
It's very difficult to be in in a friendship with a male counterpart. Obviously, you've said that you don't speak to them all the time, so that makes a difference. But it's very difficult, especially where you said the man is single. Now, if you're telling him all the right things that you do and stuff like that, and how you're a goal-getter, and this man will start to think, wow, but I could have married this girl now. That is something that could happen. And it's very easy for us to fall in love with people that we're very close to. We don't knowingly want to do it. That's the reason why you fell in love with your partner in the first place, because you started to develop a relationship.
no. Well, I knowingly
You
went
became
into that
close.
one, so that one was knowingly.
But you became close. You became
Mhm.
close.
Yeah.
You developed a relationship. You developed a friendship, and then you thought, wow, actually, I can see myself with this guy. The same way, even being married or being in a long-term relationship and having a opposite sex as a friend, you could definitely fall into that same category. Would you agree,
I think
Rafia?
I think, to be honest, this whole thing just depends on you as a person. Like, I don't have a best. I don't even have girlfriends like that. I don't really. I can literally count how many girlfriends I have. Talking about having a male friends, best friend actually. You have male friends, but they're just there. Not the ones that go crying. Do. Someone like
Yeah.
me, no one even knows nothing about me like that anyway. So for me to not think, oh yeah, I can trust you to tell you all the stuff about me, you need to work your way up. Like, you need to be there. For me, people are kind of best friends. This are my sisters. Like, they've known me from way back. My mom, my dad, everyone has known me, what I've been through and stuff. So for me, it's people that's been there for me, has been there when I'm grinding and doing all this thing. These are people I consider as a best friend. But like she was
Right.
saying, it depends on what kind of best friend you're trying to say you guys are at the same time. If you're one of them ones you guys are angering at every minute, like, no, I'll be like, that is too much. As a girl or as a female, if my partner's got a female friend as a best friend and every minute she's on the phone, I'll be like, no. Like, I'm not. I know you guys are best mate, but
absolutely.
I
That
just
would
like,
be
no.
excessive.
But that is just like, obviously you guys don't talk like that. You just say hello, hi. It's my partner's got a friend. They're not close like that. I don't think they were best friend, but they were just friends. But now they barely even talk to each other. Not because I think everyone is just busy with their own life. She's got kids, which trying to move on and just do better for herself. So I think
Right.
it depends, to be honest. It really depends. But people I see as my best friend are going to be my sisters, my mom. My partner's my best mate because he's been there for me as well. So I'll probably say that. But having male friends, and I don't know. That's to say it depends. I can respect the fact that you have a best mate, but it depends on what kind of friendship you guys got going on. And I need to know how all this friendship started. Because people done stuff together in the past and they just be like, oh yeah, we're
Right.
best friends. And if it's
Or
happened
best,
in the past,
yeah.
that means it's gonna happen again. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the truth though, because I think I think it's so dicey. Tunde, you're brewing again. I think it's so dicey to have
Can
opposite
you
sex.
see it?
It's brewing. I think it's so dicey. So let me ask you, Tunde. Let's say, like Kay said, your wife then has a male friend at work that she's really, really close to. How close do you
It's
expect
too
them?
close. Right.
How exactly? How close is too close? You took the words right out of my mouth. How close is too close today?
So, I'll put it this way. Once you're
I
closer,
have the number. That's too close.
once you're closer to a man that you are to me, then there's a problem. It means our relationship has developed a problem, and
Yeah.
we're starting to grow apart. Because consciously or unconsciously, you start to compare your man
Yeah.
with someone else or your woman with someone else. It's unconscious. If you're in a relationship, Kay, say you're in a committed relationship, yeah, the guy is great. Everyone has their weakness and their strength. Okay, so this guy at work, who you probably close to or you talk all the time, or your best mate, or you talk to all the time, he might have those things that your partner doesn't, and the
I feel
ground
like when you start to compare and do that, there's a problem.
Yeah,
There's a
the-
There's a
problem with you
problem,
yourself. It's
absolutely.
not even with the guy. There's a
the-
problem with you.
the-
You for the
the-
thought that you're thinking of comparing, you've got a problem already.
the grass always seems greener on the other side. Okay.
It does.
And then once that starts to, because you don't plan this thing sometimes, you know,
Unconsciously.
human beings, yeah, we are social animals, yeah. We respond to touch, we respond to encouragement, words of affirmation. We all have different love language. So
Love
what
languages.
guy,
Yeah.
because some guys are good. I trust me. Some guys are good. They tell you the right
Hell
things,
yeah.
you
5%,
know,
yeah.
you do the right things, and you think, oh my God, am I in the wrong place, you know, with this guy I'm with? And who knows? That guy might just be feeling that void for that moment. And you might be just another game to him, you know. I'm not saying it is, but you know, you don't want to put yourself in that place. So if my wife starts to get close to a guy than she is to me, then that's a problem. If you're with
Okay.
someone at work and your relationship comes home, like you're on the phone when you're at home to a mate at work, come and stop it. Just
What
stop
is they
it
talking
already.
about work? What is about work?
You know what can you not
Okay.
do at
Can I,
work? You know.
okay. Can I just say this? So basically, what you would have an issue with is somebody being so them being close, your partner or your wife or your spouse being closer to their best friend than they are to you. Is that the issue?
Best friend should be me.
No. You're okay. You're best friend. Let's say
He
close
doesn't want a
friends now.
competition.
Okay, so
Friend.
because now we're talking about
Male,
we're trying to.
male
Huh?
friend, no need. Male friend, no need.
Okay, so
By
that's your
the way,
stance.
she
Male
can't
friend,
have
no
no
need.
male friends at all, or she can't
That's
have
what
no
that's
male
what he's
best.
saying.
No. Of course, you can't say no male friends at all. You know, you
But
want
no close
you
male
at
friend.
work. In my own opinion, yeah, your relationship should be professional, work-related relationship.
Okay, so
What would you be extending your
okay,
relationship?
so let me ask you. Can I ask you something? Let me ask you this. So I've been with this person. I've been friends with this guy since I was 11. Okay, so now that I'm with my partner, what do you suggest I do?
I'll say to you, all things are
I passed away.
I am your present. We have a future together. Let's move.
No,
Let's
you
do our
can't just
future
forget
together.
people like that. You
Leave
can't
this
forget
baggage.
people like
Just
that, especially if
say,
it
"Are
could have
you
been
part?"
really hard.
You know why? You know why? Yeah. Because the thing is, I am a man. Yeah.
Are you
I'm
do you
26.
consider yourself a jealous man?
No, not jealousy. No, not jealousy.
No, every man is
I
jealous.
can,
You guys
I
got a
can
bit
be
of
a
thing
good
going on.
listener. I can say the right things, but and then the thing is, sometimes you see that the girl is getting closer than normal, and you think, oh, let's draw the reins. My wife,
You
would
know
like,
what?
you know. So
Yeah.
don't put yourself in a vulnerable situation. You see,
Yeah.
don't put
I
yourself in
think
a
for
vulnerable.
me, it depends on. Sorry, it depends on your level of maturity. And if your
Thank
partner is
you
having
so
problem
much.
with it,
Thank you so
if your partner
much.
is having problem with it, then you need to sort it out. Maybe that's when you got to think. You know what? Maybe this is not what it is. If you're really, really, really in love with the person, but if your partner is happy with it and there's no going on, then I think there's a way you can balance it up. But if you someone like you today, you definitely have a problem with it.
Hold on. So, but please forgive me. If your partner is happy with keeping a male friend, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, some people are like some people don't mind that.
People
Don't
don't
get
have issues
I don't think.
with it.
yeah, don't get
If
the
you're
whole problem.
married,
Some
they
people
shouldn't be
don't
married.
mind that.
If you're in an exclusive relationship, exclusive, what does it mean exclusive? Please explain to me an exclusive relationship.
Exclusive means that that's the only person that you're laying with.
Oh, laying only.
Uh-huh.
Just laying.
Yeah.
I think.
Stop it.
I think you know what? Because we can class cheating. You know, we can say people emotionally cheat. And to be honest, yeah, I really do think I agree. Tunde, you know what? I agree with you 100%. You know, I think it's very difficult to have a male friend. For me, it will be very difficult for me to have a male friend that I won't be emotionally attached with. The reason I say that is it's not because I want to, it's because at some point in my relationship or in my marriage, something might go wrong. And then I think, oh, I have this good man friend. Let me explain to him what's going on. He's not going to tell me the truth. Honestly speaking, he's not, especially if he's single. Because in his mind, he's thinking, you know what, yeah, this girl is the kind of girl that I want to be with. And if that man isn't treating her right, then this is my opportunity. Let me get in there. It can happen, you know, the other way as well. It can be a woman,
I think,
a man
I get what you
having
mean.
a female friend, you know, that because you don't know when you can be emotionally dependent on somebody else but your partner. And I think rather than getting yourself there, I genuinely think you can have friends as male. I have friends that are men. Tunde's my friend. And most of the other male guests that we've had, they're my friends. But they're not people that I speak to on a regular basis. They're people that, you know, I've got something coming up, I'm going to holler at Tunde. I've got this coming up, I'm going to holler. I need a favor, I'm going to holler. You know, I think it's safe when you're in a relationship not to have that emotional dependence, because you will have that emotional dependence. It's not what you plan to. It's just that situations might lead you to need a crying shoulder, and then you think, my bestie, he's single, I can call him at 2 a.m. And he's welcoming the fact that you're calling him at 2 a.m. and he's thinking, this guy has messed up. This is my chance. So I think really and truly,
Okay, so can I just say something? Can I just say something? Let me just say this. As Rafiat said earlier, it takes a lot of maturity, and I have female friends as well as I have male friends. I would say that my male friends, I'm close to them as well as I'm close to them as I am with my female friends. Okay. But out of respect for my partner, I don't spend time with my male friends. They understand, they're respectful of my relationship, of my relationship, really. And so, but for me, I don't think that somebody who's been there for me through thick and thin, because I now get in a relationship and now gets to a situation where I'm like, we can't be friends no more, or like they message me and no. I'm just saying.
You're not cutting off the friendship tie.
Yeah,
you're just.
I'm not going. You're
gonna minimize
away from
Absolutely.
it. But the same way, for me personally, the same way my female friends are flawed, and I know their flaws, is the same way I know my male friends and their flaws. So if I'm not going to be attracted to my female friends, I'm not going to be attracted to my male friends, because the moment that I know that there is some emotional reliance, feelings, or anything like that in there, then that's not a normal friend anymore. That's where maturity steps in, and you know that you have to take several steps back. So no, I'm not going to say, oh, they might be telling me something. I still know what you did to that girl that you were dating last time. You're still probably a dog like them other ones, just that you have, you know, a lot of good qualities as well. So no, I'm not attracted to you. I think that you're a good friend, and you stood by me in difficult times, and we've been friends, and we've had lots of laughs together. But yeah, no, I really wouldn't date somebody like you.
I think for me, having a best friend that, like you just said, this people who's been there for you. Like for me, and I'm not just gonna go to a stream like, I'm looking for a best mate. Like,
yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. Like,
if you're gonna,
it's not exactly. It's not gonna happen. So it has to be, for you to be a best mate with someone, a best friend. It has to be someone that's been there for you.
Yeah.
And you really can't be like, no. Like every minute they've been there for you, regardless. They know you very well. So it has to be someone. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I need a best mate. Come on, it doesn't make any sense.
The way I would say, for example, post Talia on my social media, I wouldn't post my best friend, my male best friend, out of respect. Right. So there has to be some respect there, but it doesn't change the fact that he's one of my closest friends. But certain things just wouldn't happen because he's a man.
One last thing, Tunde, go ahead. One last thing.
I think I'm not sure you're mixing things up. I'm not sure it would be right to say that. I think when you say someone has been there for you from age 7, age 11, age 17, whatever age,
he doesn't care.
Once you get into a committed relationship, they have done their beats.
But what if it doesn't affect each other? Because you can.
You're making it look like what you're right. Rafia, you're right when you say that. The relationship,
like, it's two different relationships. You got to understand that it's two different relationships. This is not the same relationship, right? You got a friendship and you got a partnership. So it's two different things. What it's like, I don't think it should affect each other.
And
If you know,
honestly, I want to say I can put my last dollar or my last pound on it, Tunde, that you wouldn't care if it was a gay man who is as gay as they come. I do
you
not
will.
think so. I
Any
don't
little
think
man, as long as you got a PP,
I don't
he's gonna
think
be
he
bothered.
would.
I think
No.
he will be
I
bothered.
doubt it.
Trust me, he will be bothered. I don't think he will not.
Okay, I'll answer that
very much
question
doubt
and then
it.
we'll draw it to a close. Answer that question and then we'll draw it to a close.
Like I said earlier, whether he's gay, bisexual, transsexual,
Pansexual.
it is
Anything
a
As long
no-no
as
for
he's
me.
a man.
I wouldn't do it to my wife. I wouldn't.
Right.
It'll be respectful. Because we've been mates for so long. And then suddenly this person I've had relationship before I met my wife. And the thing is, I've been invested emotionally, with this person before I met my wife. And it took a while for me to get off it. And out of respect for my wife, I almost do not contact this person anymore. I almost do not. And that's because it's just like,
Almost.
yeah.
Tunde, so are you saying you are in touch with your ex?
No, well, are you saying one ex or several exes?
Wow.
Okay, you know what? That was actually going to be my closing question. That was going to be my closing question because I actually want to know,
So
would you stay in touch with your ex?
No.
Let's say you guys became good
Of course,
friends.
No.
Yeah.
There's a hex for a reason there in the past. No.
Post something
You're-
on social media, you click a like if it's something you agree with. Not personal relationship. No.
Not personal relationship.
No, yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
No. And the thing is, there's no acrimony, you see. So we stay civil. Or you post something I like here, share it if it's interesting, But I won't get involved with them anymore. So opening channels of communication where things can lead to other things would not be a good thing, in my own opinion. So if you wouldn't do that to your wife, it shouldn't.
Okafor's law.
And for you, Rafia, it's a no-no. What about you, Kay? Would you stay in touch with your ex? Yes or no? We need to draw it to a close. Okay.
No.
No. So drawing
You have to think about that.
That's not a convincing no.
It's probably a yes.
No.
You know what?
No,
I think
no.
I where the exes are concerned, I do what Tunde does, like on social media. It doesn't go beyond that. There's no other form of communication. In fact, sometimes I deliberately ignore whatever they post because I'm like, please, man, you are X for a reason, as Rafia said. But if they add me on social media, yeah, I'm gonna accept because I'm not trying to hold grudges or whatever. But I wouldn't develop a relationship anyway. So we have had a awesome, wonderful conversation. In fact, I want it to go on, but we've fast spent our time. Thank you, Rafia. Thank you, Tunde. Tunde, one last thing and then we're going.
I was just going to suggest something. How about you have a topic to discuss staying in touch with your ex? It'll be nice to see that.
You know what? You're right. We'll do that definitely on the next show. So, analyzers, you heard it first here. We're definitely going to have a topic and we're going to have Tunde back on that topic. Staying in touch with your ex. Right? So look out for this one. But for today, we have fast spent our time. Thank you guys at home for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking our videos. And thank you for your continual support. We really appreciate you. If this is your first time, please share and like. Click on that notification button so that you can get our upcoming videos. Thank you, Rafia. Thank you, Tunde, for your time.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, analyzers, keep it tuned here. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let me stop the recording.